EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. The kicker for the Saints, Will Lutz, has it teed up, and here we go from New Orleans. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here we go. At their own 28-yard line.
Jahan, ready?
54.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. On second down, it's Cook. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On third down, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you at important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Hey, we're good, we're good. Break your Omaha. Bravo.
56. Mike.
Blue jaw, Orchid.
56. Yeah.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone, and his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. So after the INT, it's Breeze. And this is Cook with the grab. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Let's go. Check safety.
No. Off.
Check three.
They run from the shotgun with Murray. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
53.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Here's Breeze. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got us a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Snap comes at 1, and now Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 14 yards is the pickup, first down New Orleans.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
6-6, pull it high.
54.
13.
Hey, what's that?
Hey, Alpha.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
12. Ready, catch.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Second and 11 at the 27-yard line.
Ready. Little lady.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
You're good. Right forward, ready. Reset.
On second and 11 now. Breeze, flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
Anthony Barr brought him down.
We're scoreless after 1.
With no score.
Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they're facing a very tough 3rd and 11. And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on 3rd.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
0-2.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike.
Hey, Delta.
Army.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Being chased out left. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Here we go again.
Cousins gives way to Cook. Able to slither by. 22 yards there, a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, Cook. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Check flag 47. Check flag 47. Go.
Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. 3rd and 4, he did just enough, and I mean just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
Listen to me.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. I got you.
Hey, Haywood. Lead up, 48.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Throwing is Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
56.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada.
And it's 3rd down. 3rd and long.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
I got him.
First.
56, the mock boy. 56. Check 56. Wrap it.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
To throw is Cousins. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Ready.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Ready.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I want that. Give me that ball, defense.
Here's Murray. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready. 5-8. 5-8.
54 Mike. Watch the out. Watch the out.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? And maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down. Cousins on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 1st half. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Check 50. Hey, receiver.
March 47.
Hey, dude.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Cousins to throw it. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Harris now to return. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go for verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Second half starts with a run by Murray. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Throwing now is Breeze. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package. 6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there.
Check.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Alert flare. Alert.
Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down.
They'll run here. It's Murray. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, kill.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Breeze going to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Easy, opposite. Bang. Check, Sammy.
This is Murray. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 5.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there.
Hey, ball try. Check right 54. Mike 54. World championships, baby.
Under 10. Under 10. 10.
Now it's the backup Bridgewater. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Get off the field.
Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got the artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
Okay, just like that. Just like that.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis.
But this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Under.
Come on, QB, come on.
Back.
Tight dog. Show it up.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Watch the screen.
Following the penalty, it's Murray. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the 1st down due to the previous penalty.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
SOS. Switch.
Over.
Check nickel.
10th carry of the game now, Murray. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
Ready. 95-56. 95-56.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Ready. You ready?
Right there, 54 Mike.
You better bring it. You better bring it.
36. 36.
Right now, you better bring it.
Hey, high 7. Relax.
Now they'll throw with Breeze. It's caught. Smith. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Kill.
Brings up 3rd and a yard.
Check. Check hot route. Hot.
Kill.
Mike 54. Coming to you. Kill.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Check. Crunch. Check 99. Check it.
And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 8-yard line.
Zebra. Hey, 382, lane 50. 5.
6. Mike 56, right there, 56.
Right there.
Throwing, Cousins. And a pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Marcus Davenport just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going.
56 to Mike. 56 to Mike. Nice, sweetheart.
Leave it. Bring up 48.
Mike 56. Mike 56.
Hey, Charlie.
56.
Out of his end zone, Cousins. And that is incomplete. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Here's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time.
We're good. I forward, right.
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down.
Check. Hey, check 24. Check 24. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
They go with Murray again. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10.
Joker. Deuce.
Murray. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up second and 13.
I'm here all day.
Sammy.
Kill. Hey, turn it up.
A run. It's Murray. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Ready. Yellow lady.
Mike 5-4.
All day, dog.
You're good. You're good. 5-4. Ready.
Rush in. Rush in. Rush in.
He's checking. He's checking. He's checking. Crash. Crash.
Hey, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
36.
Kill, kill.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5.
Ready.
Every penalty
Yellow lady,
so
yellow
critical
lady.
at this stage of the game, as now they've got it 3rd and long.
Watch the eye. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Check, 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 check.
Under.
Check, check.
They run with Murray, and that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he's on to punt for New Orleans. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. And that'll set them back 5. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he's on to punt for New Orleans. This is away, and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position, a touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead.
Normally, when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive and potentially take the lead.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
But you know what they say, it's always fun to work on things if it didn't go well in your game with a victory in your pocket. And that's what they've got going forward.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. I'll be heading to the hotel. Charles, he's off to Bourbon Street.
No, I'm not.
Yes, we say so long from New Orleans.